Okay, I think we're live.
Do you love Gantt charts? Time for my
Okay, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our live today. My name is Gabby
And I'm Linda.
from Brain Education TV. This live is meant to be interactive for us to go back and forth and chat. And we would love to know where you're tuning in from. So if you're here with us already, please comment in the comment section below. And please participate as much as you can. We'd love to have you join and add on in our conversation.
So yes, like Gabby mentioned, please type in the chat where you're tuning in from. We always love to see which part of the country or which part of the world you guys are tuning in from. And if this is your first time on our chats, let me tell you about a feature that we have in our live streams. It's called the super chat. So if you scroll down to where the chat box is, and there's a line where you can type your message to chat to us, there's a rectangle box. There's like a smiley face and a rectangle box. If you click that rectangle box, you can send us a small amount to help fund our channel so that we can keep creating helpful contents for you. Your donations help us reach more people so we can keep the channel running, keep our content running, and we're able to provide more content to people who need help dealing with mental health, because mental health is what we talk about mostly on our channel. So to incentivize, for anyone who donates more than $25 in the super chat, we will schedule a separate 15-minute one-on-one session with you on something that you need help with. So if you're dealing with anxiety, or if you're dealing with something specific related to mental health, or if you're dealing with anything specific that's something that's personal for you and you want something that's a little bit more, I guess, step-by-step of how you can overcome that specific thing that you have, this is a good way for you to connect with us so we can connect with you on something more specific. So now if you donate $50 US, then we will give you some more BETV stuff. So we have BETV swag here to give to you if you donate more than $50. We have this t-shirt, Take Back Your Brain t-shirt. And then we also have this Love Myself, Heal Myself t-shirt. These two are our channel t-shirts, so you can pick one, whichever one fancies you. And then we have cool stickers too that we'll give you as well. Yeah, and then also not only this, you also get a 15-minute one-on-one with us. And then if you're really generous and you donate $100 US, we will give you t-shirt, stickers, and a 45-minute one-on-one session with either one of us on something that you need help with. So if that's motivation for you to support our channel, then please, we invite you to support our channel by clicking the super chat button.
Yes, so I see that Giselle is here and also Noor. They said they're from Jordan. And they said, I really love your channel and your energy. Thank you so much for tuning in from all the way from Jordan. And what time is it over there?
Yeah, what time is it in Jordan right now?
So as everyone keeps commenting, our live today is going to be about self-care tips for mental health. So I don't know if you knew, but May is Mental Health Month, Mental Health Awareness Month. So we thought it was the perfect time to share some tips on how we personally take care of our mental health, which is so important nowadays with the rise of technology and more social media and a culture of comparing yourself to others and a whole pandemic that we went through. Many people experienced anxiety, depression, loneliness, and stress more than ever before. So the main point of this live, the point that we want to get across is to truly be healthy mentally. It all starts with taking care of yourself and self-care.
Yes, so yeah, Gabby's absolutely right. Mental health now is more important than ever. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you didn't know, BETV, we kind of target the topic of mental health because we realize it's so important, and it's the foundation of all the other healths: physical health, emotional health. If you're mentally healthy, it affects your physical health and your emotional health too. So in this live, we will be sharing six tips that you can use to boost your mental health. And these are 6 tips that we actually use to boost our mental health as well from our own experience. So hopefully things that we share in this live that come from what we learned in brain education and what we learned in our lives and things that have just worked for us, I hope that maybe bits and pieces of what we share today will be also helpful for you to take care of your mental health as well. Okay, all right, so are you ready? All right, here we go. Number 1, self-care tip number 1 is to remember that you are an incomparable being. Let me put this in the chat so you can follow along. That is number 1. All right, so in other words, when I say you are an incomparable being, you must remember not to ever compare yourself to anybody. It's so easy these days to compare yourself to everybody doing everything that seems more fun, better, prettier, richer, higher quality than my life. So when you get stuck in this kind of cycle of browsing through social media and you get caught up in this like, oh my God, she's prettier than me, and like this person is living a better life than me, and this person has a nicer car than me, this person has a nicer house than you, there's always going to be somebody who seems like their life is better than you. And if you constantly believe in that kind of narrative that somebody's life is better than your life, there's no way that your mental health will be good. So it's so easy to compare ourselves to other people on social media, but remember one thing. Think about it like this. Think about social media as like a zoo, a zoo, right? And in the zoo, there are many different types of animals. At the zoo, you might see a zebra, you might see a lion, you might see a monkey, you might see fish, you might see birds, you might see animals from all different types of natural environments, right? So if I were to ask you, which animal is better than the other, what would you say? If I said, is a tiger better than a monkey? What would you say?
I'd say no.
Yeah, you can't say that necessarily a tiger is better than a monkey. Maybe you might like tigers more than monkeys for personal reasons, but if you just look at those 2 animals at face value, a monkey has skills that a tiger just cannot do. And a tiger has skills that a monkey just cannot do. For example, a monkey can peel bananas, climb trees. Tigers cannot peel bananas even if they tried. Tigers cannot climb trees the way monkeys can. So each animal has a different skill. Like a fish can swim in the water and a bird can fly in the sky. But if I were to say a fish is better than a bird, that's not necessarily true. So think about our lives as humans. Even though we all look the same, we're all different people. So it's not possible to compare one person is better than the other, because one person has a specific set of skills and a specific quality that another person doesn't have, and vice versa. So if you were to try to, and the kind of bane of today's society is that we have people who are like birds, and then we have people who are like fish. And the people who are like birds tell the people who are like the fish, if you can't fly, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell a fish, if you can't fly, you're useless, you're stupid. And the fish lives its whole life trying to fly when it has the ability to swim that a bird can't. The fish is going to live its entire life thinking that it has no skill whatsoever. That's kind of what we're doing to our mental health in society these days. A certain group of people who are a certain type of way, who believe in certain type of beliefs and follow a certain type of tradition, tell another group of people who are completely different, like fish, and say, if you are not like me, I'm a bird, then you are useless, you are stupid, you are ugly, you are blah, 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 blah. And the people who are here, if you believe this narrative, you're going to live your whole life not knowing what other beautiful qualities and skills that you inherently have that the other group doesn't have. So Think about human lives like this too. No two people, not even twins, have the same exact fingerprint. Every single person, isn't that fascinating? 7 billion people, over 7 billion now, almost 8 billion. 8 billion people in this world, and no two people have the same exact fingerprint, which means that no two people, no matter if they're twins or not, even twins have different personalities, and even twins have different likes and different beliefs. Even twins, no two people have the same exact combination of DNA, thoughts, beliefs, emotions, desires, feelings as one another. So in that way, every life is unique. Every life is individual. Every life is independent. Every life is like a unique animal at the zoo that is incomparable to another animal. Maybe a certain person might prefer a tiger, like I said, a tiger over a monkey, but that does not mean that a tiger is better than a monkey per se. It just means based on what I like, I prefer a tiger, whereas Gabby might prefer a monkey. You know, it's to say other people prefer other things based on their own belief system. So do not compare yourself to anybody because you are a unique animal in this world called the zoo. Yeah, even though in social media will tell you narratives that if you don't dress like this, if you don't have this, if you don't talk like this, if you don't look like this, you are not lovable. That is absolutely not true. That is a narrative that a small group of people created and is projecting into the social media space. And people just absorb it thinking, oh yeah, imagine if we're like the fish, we just absorb celebrities who are like the birds telling you, if you can't fly like me, you're stupid. And we're just soaking it all up and saying, yes, you're right, I'm useless, I'm not good enough. Then there's no way that we can be mentally healthy. So remember, you are an incomparable being, no matter what your brain tries to tell you, no matter how tempting it is to think that the grass is greener on the other side, you are an incomparable being just by pure fact alone. You have a unique fingerprint, you have a unique DNA, you have a unique makeup of your environment, your belief system, what you went through, your life experiences, your memories, your emotions. You are a unique combination of all these things that make you who you are. So that's rule number one. Remember that you are an incomparable being at each and every moment.
I really love the analogy of the zoo. Thinking about all the different animals really helps you understand this topic, this tip. So I really like that analogy. So I will move on to number 2, which I'll post in the chat. It is move your body to refresh your energy. So this isn't about making your physical body strong with muscles and building and lifting weights at the gym or something like that. It's not about like physical body, like how it looks or feels. It's about making your physical energy strong so that your body can be healthy. And when your body is healthy, then your mind can be healthy. So in brain education, we teach that you have an energy body along with your physical body. And your energy body shows your energy level and kind of like your emotions, what you're feeling can also be in your energy body, but it's basically your energy level. So, there are super energetic people out there, super happy, and there's also super depressed, sad energy, like low energy level people out there too. And your energy body can become stagnant if you don't circulate it. So the best way to circulate that energy is to simply move your body. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be crazy workouts or runs or something like that. It can just be simply getting up, moving around. For example, if you're sitting all day at your desk working, like Linda and I do, we sit a lot. So getting up every hour or something, doing some jumping jacks or squats or something like that to get your body energy moving. or, even going for a walk in nature is a good idea, connecting to nature in that way. But moving your body boosts and pumps happy hormones like serotonin and dopamine throughout your body. So that's why people feel more refreshed after they go for a run or do a workout or do some kind of physical exercise. So moving your body definitely can help with mental health, because in the how it works, it helps boost your brain through hormones. So if you're feeling kind of sad or stagnant, I would just suggest move your body.
Yes, it creates a natural high. Nowadays, we love to find some chemicals or something, some experience or something outside that gives us that high feeling, that pushes the dopamine, pushes the serotonin. But, there's nothing like something that has worked for thousands of years to just keep it going. Naturally moving your body to produce those hormones on your own is the best way. Don't be lazy, get up out of your seat and do something.
Right. And naturally, so then you don't get like addicted to not natural things that are in medicines and, other forms of ways that people try to get these hormones. If your body can naturally produce it, then you'll be naturally more healthy, you'll boost your immunity, and you'll be happier.
Yeah. And that brings me to, that is a perfect segue to the next point that I'm going to make. Number 3 for taking care of your mental health is level out your brain stimulation. So what does that mean, level out my brain stimulation? It means do not overstimulate your mind on a consistent basis. So this might be a little hard to understand, so I'll break it down for you. Our society is full of stimulation. Visual stimulation, auditory stimulation, olfactory stimulation, taste stimulation, touch stimulation. We have evolved into a society where, to make profit, people have created all sorts of stimulation through all 5 senses to get your attention all the time, all the time, all the time. Things that you see on TV, beautiful people, flashing lights, cities, all of those are visual stimulation. Loud noises, concerts, big cities, honking, people yelling. Those are auditory stimulation, olfactory stimulation, wonderful, delicious foods that smell so good, and perfumes and fragrances to uplift your senses. Taste buds, we've seen food creations that we've never even seen before. I think now it's getting crazier than before. If you see on Instagram, there are like these crazy desserts that look so decadent. There are these dishes that combine like hot Cheetos and ice cream, and you fry it all together, and it's just insane, right? What people have created to stimulate your senses. But I'm going to speak just from like a brain chemical perspective, okay? It's great that we've evolved into such a society that has so many things to offer us, so many things for us to see, for us to be entertained by. If you live in a city, pretty much there's never a time to be bored with things that are going on outside of you. So what happens to your body when you overindulge in these senses, whether it's you stimulate your sight all the time, or you stimulate your hearing all the time, or any of the 5 senses, your brain waves start going like this. Always stimulated, right? Like this. And that's why many people wonder, why do I have so many thoughts and I can't stop my brain? It's because you are constantly making your brain waves go like this through all the stimulation that you create. Perfect example is Instagram. Social media, those are perfect examples. You are very visually stimulated by what you see on social media. And then now we have stories and reels where you could add sound, and you're now auditorily stimulated by what's on social media too. And sometimes if it's like pictures of food, you are also indirectly stimulated with your taste buds as well, right? So if you're constantly stimulating yourself, it's like this in your life. So you train your brain to experience the highest of highs when you stimulate, and then what comes up must come down. Highest of highs, lowest of lows, all the time, every single day, up and down. And so now we have people who, if they're not scrolling on social media, they get low. They don't know what to do with themselves. They need that hit. They need to post something to get the hit of dopamine with all the likes they get on their pictures. They need to look at something to not be bored at home. You are becoming an addict. You are literally displaying your brain waves of addiction. Someone who is addicted to a chemical substance is producing the same brain waves as you are when you are overstimulating your senses constantly, 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 constantly. Way back then, when we didn't have social media, the biggest enemy for over brain stimulation was drugs. You know, me growing up, when we didn't have social media, they would tell us, don't do drugs. Drugs were the worst things that you can do for your brain. It was bad. There was no other threat out there worse than drugs. But now we have a silent drug of social media and our entertainment society that is so saturated with stimulation that actually produce the same kind of chemical up and down, addictive brainwave behavior inside of our brain that the drugs do. And people don't realize that because social media and all of this stimulation that we expose ourselves to seem harmless. And actually, it's fun. It's entertaining. It's addicting. So do not create a situation where you constantly put yourself up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And you wonder why your emotions are up and down and up and down and up and down. And you wonder why your thoughts are up and down and up and down and up and down. Because you are unknowingly exposing your brain to that kind of highest of highs, lowest of lows all the time. You are literally making yourself an addict. And in the body, our body, chemically, scientifically speaking, our body likes homeostasis. We learned about this in biology class in school, guys. Our bodies like homeostasis. We like balance. We don't like up and down and up and down. Our temperature likes to stay even. Our chemical hormones should stay even. Our blood glucose level should be even. Our heart rate should be even. Everything should be middle ground inside of our bodies. That's how we are chemically, physically, biologically healthy. Homeostasis. Once that even balance is broken inside of our bodies, that's when physical disease, emotional disease, mental disease starts to come up from inside of us. So I'm just talking physically, chemically, biologically speaking. Your body is not designed to go through up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Even in your body, you know, people who are diabetic, when their blood glucose level, your blood sugar level goes up and then down, up and down, we know that that person can really die. If they don't manage their blood sugar level as a diabetic and your blood sugar level spikes and then dips, spikes and dips, that person's life is in danger. But the same thing with your mind. If your brain waves spike up and down, up and down, up and down, you literally are creating disease in the mind. And the dangerous thing about mental disease is, like we see now, it creeps up on us silently. It creeps up on us in ways that seem harmless. All these things that stimulate us, that keep us not bored, seem like a good thing. They're entertaining, they're fun. But if you truly care about mental health, and if you can feel that your mind is spinning all the time and you can't stop your thoughts, take a step back and see, am I overstimulating my mind for the sake of entertainment? Am I overstimulating myself because I don't know what to do with myself if I don't do this? And if you are, I'm not telling you to cut back or like cut it all away, because it's not possible in our society to just totally shun certain things, but at least try to become honest with yourself and think, okay, maybe if I'm thinking too much, if I'm feeling emotional, if I feel not mentally well, is it because I'm overstimulating myself and producing a lifestyle habit of like an addict? who's constantly looking for the next hit. If you are, then think about, is this the life that I want to live? Is this how I want to treat myself? Is this how I want to take care of my mental health? And then if it's not, then think about what you need to do for the next step. So that is number 3, level out your brain stimulation, because your body loves evenness. It doesn't like up and down in any form, shape, or way, in anything, not just your brain, but in your body as well, and your emotions.
Yes, that is so true. And many people commented the same thing. Authentically Anxious said, too true. Bella's mom.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
That's our friend from Body and Brain, Courtney.
Yes. Bella's mommy said, so true. Yeah, how the way you explained it was very nice and easy to understand. And also Happy Times says hello from India. Hello.
Hello, happy time.
Lots of international people today.
Yeah, that's great.
So I will move on to number 4. And it is become your own best friend. So this kind of goes off of what Linda mentioned earlier, how you're an incomparable being, but you are the only person in the whole universe who knows you better than anyone else. No one knows you, understands you, and knows what you like and don't like you do. And most people like to protect or project their love and care onto others and their best friends, because in a way that is a lot easier. It's easier to give someone else advice on how they should get better or how they should get through a certain situation than usually taking your own advice and really delving deep and going deep within yourself and figuring yourself out. So I believe to be mentally healthy, think of yourself as your own best friend. Be nice to yourself, support yourself, honor what you need, send love to yourself, take care of yourself, put yourself first, discover and learn things about yourself, laugh at yourself, accept yourself just like you would your bestest friend. This takes time to master, definitely, and it is not easy to really tune into yourself. You're usually your own worst critic, but what I think why this is so important is because you are stuck with yourself for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. Would you rather go on that journey with yourself with negligence and fear and confusion towards yourself, or with love and care for yourself? So please take time to, really connect to yourself and figure out what you really need and put yourself first and your needs, and instead of blocking off that connection.
Great. All right, we see Wemi says hi from Nigeria. Wow, hello. What time is it in Nigeria? Roseflower, give us some tips on how to level our brain. That's a very good question, and that brings me to my next tip. And if this doesn't answer it from the next tip, I will give you a little bit more tip too. All right, so tip number 5, how to take care of your mental health, is breathe it out. I can't stress the importance of releasing your thoughts and emotions daily. Because as you live your life, as you meet people, as you do your work, as you go through life's experiences, as you sit in traffic, as you go pick up your food and run into somebody, emotions pile up and thoughts come to your mind all the time. And it's something that we can't avoid. You can't go through life without emotions. You can't go through life without thoughts. Just by living life, we have thoughts, we have emotions that come up daily. Some of those emotions, some of those thoughts are great and positive. Some of those emotions and some of those thoughts are not so great, and they weigh down on you and weigh down on your mind. And we might wonder, how can I get rid of this feeling? And as simple as it sounds, it almost sounds too simple. The power of breathing it out through mindful breathing is so, so, so powerful. because it is through your breath, energetically speaking. Now I'm kind of switching over from like the scientific, biological, chemical thing to more of like an energy perspective. Energetically speaking, because your thoughts and emotions are energies, the way to remove certain energies from your body is to use your breath. Your breath is what connects your physical body to the energy space that you are carrying inside of you too. So just like you take a shower for your physical body every day, even if you don't sweat, just walking around in the world makes you like accumulate dirt, accumulate dust, and it makes your like hair like become oily and greasy, and you just like become dirty as you live life, your physical body. Same thing with your brain. As you just live life, your brain piles on things that make it dirty from the inside. So we need to be able to breathe it out to refresh the energy from inside of our minds. So I will practice a little breathing technique with you so you know what to do, how to breathe it out with a little bit of meditation. But I want to use another metaphor because I love metaphors. Just like the zoo and the people and the animals, something about your brain is if you don't practice this technique of breathing it out daily and refreshing your brain and clearing out the information that you accumulated throughout the day, just like you wash your body every single day, your brain becomes like a cup that's too full. And when you have a cup that is too full, like, okay, let's say, for example, this is your brain, right? And every day, as you go through life, thoughts, emotions, thoughts, emotions, thoughts, emotions, thoughts, emotions. And if you don't dump it out, over time, it's gonna pile until you are up to here. Maybe it takes a day, maybe it takes a week. Sometimes people accumulate this in a few hours, but it's gonna pile up if you don't empty out this cup. So now, if your brain is so full of junk, imagine a cup that is full of water, right? Your brain is so full of junk, but you're trying to manifest things, you're trying to visualize things, you're trying to imagine things, you're trying to call to energies to come to you. There's no freaking space for anything left in this cup to hold anything. Because if you try to put more things in here, you're going to feel overflowing of information from inside. And maybe that's kind of like what you feel daily. I know a lot of people, and me sometimes too, if I don't check myself, I pile on different things. And then if I don't take care of this and I keep piling on, I literally feel like I'm overflowing with information, overflowing with thoughts, overflowing with emotions, not in a good way though, overflowing, and everything's overwhelming and I cannot take it anymore. Do you sometimes feel that way? It's because your brain is too full. So now if you really want to use your brain, if you really want to clear this out, you need to dump out what's in here so that you can have a fresh cup to put in thoughts, put in emotions, put in experiences, put in until it gets full again, dump it out. And then whatever you try to put in here, good things, manifestation, visualization, good energy, good people can stay in here, can stay in your mind because you finally have created some room for good energy to come to you and stay inside of you. If you are too full, even if good energy wants to come, even if a good person wants to come, even if good thoughts want to come, there's no space. You didn't create any room. So it's like, no space here, and then goes back out and you wonder, why do no good things happen to me? Why do no good stuff, people come to me? You're too full. And the only way to empty out your brain, because what I'm piling on here, thoughts and emotions are energetic, you need to take care of it with your breath. Why? Write this down, people. This is very important. Your breath connects your physical body to your energy space. And thoughts, emotions, can you hold on to thoughts? Can you hold on to emotions? They're not tangible. They're not physical things. If I cut open my body, nobody will be able to see, oh, there's her thought, there's her emotion. You can't see it, it's invisible. So you need to use your breath to push it out. Okay, so how about we try this quickly together so you know what to do if your brain feels overwhelmed and too full and you don't know how to empty. Because you might be like, okay, Linda, that sounds great. I want to dump out my cup, but how do I do that? How do I breathe to release some tension from my body? Okay, let's try it, okay? We'll try 10 breaths together and then you can feel how it feels in your body. If you like it, do more. If you don't like it, try to focus a little bit more. If you feel like it's not that effective, it's because you're not focusing on your brain enough. This breathing technique works for every single person, regardless of race, religion, gender. No physical differences will make one person experience this better than the other. If you focus and if you can breathe, anybody can do this and benefit from it. All right, so sit at your chair or where you are, sit comfortably. If you're on a chair, make sure you're not leaning back like this. Try to sit at the edge of your seat so that you can feel your spine. Okay, feet flat on the floor, close your eyes. And now as your eyes are closed, imagine there's a straight line going from the top of your head down like your spine, down the center of your body into your tailbone. So feel a central line we talked about equilibrium and homeostasis. Instead of leaning to the right or leaning to the left, imagine you are sitting right at the middle line of your body. Imagine a central line running down from the top of your head to your tailbone. And you might have to lean a little bit to the left and right to find that center, but find that center inside of your body. And from there, gently shake your head side to side and feel the back of your neck and shoulders. Just relax the back of your neck and shoulders first. This is the warm up. Warm up. You can try to make your range of movements a little bit wider to loosen up your neck and shoulders a little bit more. Let's do this for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Down. We're going to breathe in from your nose. When you breathe in, imagine a trail of oxygen going in through your nose, into your brain. And then when you exhale, exhale out through your mouth and push out heavy energy from your brain out through your mouth. So it's like a circle of energy going in through your nose, into your brain, and then push it back out through your mouth. Okay, we'll try this 10 times. Breathe in as much as you can, and then exhale out. Deep breath in through your nose, all the way to the back of your brain. And then from the back of your brain, push out heavy energy. Imagine heavy, dark energy coming out through your mouth. Number 3, breathe in. Exhale out through your mouth. You don't have to know exactly what you're pushing out. Just imagine heavy energy being pushed out through your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Fresh oxygen goes all the way to the back of your brain. Now exhale out heavy, dark energy from your mouth. Number 5. Exhale out. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Inhale deeply to the back of your brain, like you're ventilating your brain. Exhale out through your mouth, like you're pushing out heavy energy from your mind, emotions, thoughts out through your mouth, like black smoke. Number 9. Exhale. Last one, number 10. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Now feel your mind. Can you feel that something in your mind has become a little bit quieter, a little bit more centered, a little bit calmer? If you have a lot of racing thoughts, it's going to take more than 10 breaths. But if you practice this, it didn't take long. It took about 5 minutes. If you practice this for 5 minutes per hour, as you go through your workday, as you feel overwhelmed with life, I promise you it will make a difference because you're regularly cleaning out information from within you through your breath into your brain and out through your mouth. This is a technique that we use in brain education that was created by Ilchili. This specific technique that I taught you of breathing in through your brain and then bringing it back to your back of your head and then pushing it out through your mouth like this kind of circulation that you're doing with oxygen into your brain. Ilchili coined the term brain respiration. Your brain literally can't breathe like your lungs can, but with our conscious breath and focus, we can bring oxygen to the back of our brain to, like we're opening the windows, back of our brain, and then pushing out heavy energy from everything in my mind, pushing it out through my mouth. And through this, you are circulating, refreshing the energy inside of your brain, all the thoughts and emotions that piled up inside. So it seems like very easy. It seems too easy to be true, but it's the basic, simple things that we're not doing in our lives that make a big difference. If you do the basics, if you do the simple stuff and you keep building that up, your life will be much more different than somebody who doesn't do the basics and tries to find the hard things to do. You need to know how to add and divide first before you can do calculus. But if you try to do calculus before you know how to add, multiply, subtract, and divide, you will never understand calculus. So don't search for something way beyond like some kind of secret potion or secret practice or secret method by an enlightened person from the Buddhist monk temple. You don't need to go there. Breathe properly, breathe intentionally, breathe mindfully, breathe visualizing, and that is enough in your daily life to take care of your mental health, to take care of all the energies that naturally pile up inside of your brain as we live our lives. I'd love to hear what your experience was with brain respiration. So please let me know in the comments if you have questions about it, how you feel now after you did the 10 breaths too. So please type in the chat.
Yes, thank you so much for that. I feel so much calmer, like my brain waves, like you said, they mellow down and my mind isn't busy and I just feel grounded. And it felt very, very nice.
Yeah, it works. Back to the basics.
Exactly. And it's so simple. It's just breathing. Like
Yeah.
you said, you don't have to do some crazy like techniques or spiritual journeys. It's a very simple technique.
Yeah, and it's free. It doesn't cost a thing.
Right. So some of the comments we got. So he said, hi from Cape Town. Hello.
Wow.
Wow. Amandeep, I think we've seen you here in our lives before, but he says hello. Reggie, hi. Amandeep says love and respect for you guys. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Amandeep.
Breathe out. Chicago says great info. Thank you.
That's our friend Randy. Hello, Randy.
Hello. Rose Flower says how beautifully explained. And some people shared they feel lighter, they feel great, they feel much better. They were battling with a tension headache and it made them feel like they decluttered their mind. Yes, it's also great for just tension in your head. And if you have a lot of stress and just lots of energy up here, if you're always thinking, it's a great exercise to do.
I have one comment before we go on this. I just thought of this, but some people, when you first do this brain respiration, you might feel dizzier. Some people feel like lightheadedness.
Mhm.
Yeah, lightheadedness or dizziness from doing it, and they wonder why. So if you feel lightheaded and dizzy, it's because your brain is getting more oxygen than you're used to. You know, most people don't get enough oxygen to their brain because of their tension, because of they're not breathing deep enough. So when you bring a flood of oxygen that you're not used to receiving inside of your brain, it can make your brain go out of whack and say, whoa, what's going on? It's like blowing like a gush of wind into a space that's not used to getting that gush of wind, right? So if you feel a little bit dizzy, if you feel a bit lightheaded, that's okay. You can take it a little bit slower or take a break. Instead of doing 10 at once, do like 6 and then take a break by shaking your head side to side a little bit and then resuming again. Yeah. Or you can try to adjust the depth of your breath. So if it's too much to like really breathe in and then really breathe out, do maybe like not so deep, just to kind of warm up your brain to get that flood of oxygen. But for those of you, if you tried this and you're feeling a little bit dizzy or feeling a little bit of lightheadedness, then that's the reason why. It's because your brain is not used to getting this rush of oxygen. So we need to practice your brain getting enough oxygen. So you can take it slow by a little bit at a time, but still do it. Don't stop. Because if you stop, your brain will never get used to getting enough oxygen. So you're kind of just going to stay in the same place that you are now. Okay, so practice a little bit, adjust your condition, but don't freak out if you feel lightheaded or dizzy. It's completely normal in the beginning. So I just wanted to mention that in case someone was feeling lightheaded or dizzy.
Yes. Yes, so I will move on to the next tip, the last one to wrap up our 6. And number 6 is practice gratitude. So practicing gratitude can help you handle stress better. When you acknowledge the small things in life, you can actually rewire your brain to deal with the present and all the situations you're going through with more awareness, with more perception, with more understanding, and with more like compassion for the situation if it's like a hard situation you're going through. So some ways to practice gratitude are first training yourself to appreciate everything. So even hardships, that is hard, but through hardships, we all grow, we all learn. There's usually lessons that come through it. We get to break out of our shell and, become a person that we were not before this hardship. It is hard, but it does kind of change you. So even appreciating things like that, it is still a part of your life experience. It is something you have to go through. So, not always sending so much negativity towards your hardship, but looking at it as something you have to overcome and go through, and that it's a part of your life experience, and showing it gratitude. So another way is keeping a gratitude journal, writing down your thoughts. If writing is something you enjoy, if writing things down is something you like, could do this every time you feel grateful for something, even in your notes on your phone. But keeping that can also stimulate your brain to remember all the things you are grateful for. Most of us are very, very fortunate with, just even having a roof over our head and all those things. So keeping a list, looking back at it can help you remember as well. Another way is volunteering, doing acts of kindness for others who need it can open your heart more. It can help you appreciate all the little things and help you be more grateful and go and live your life with gratitude. Also, spending more time with loved ones and telling the people in your life how you feel and what they mean to you is a great way to practice gratitude. Even if that may be a little hard, you might not every relationship is the best and is the easiest, but everyone is in your life for a reason. So showing them your gratitude for whatever way they are in your life is a great way to practice gratitude.
And speaking of gratitude, something that always comes to my mind with gratitude is I remember before brain education, it was really hard for me to think about things I'm grateful for because my life was so miserable. I was not physically well. I was not emotionally well. I was not mentally well. It's very hard to practice gratitude if you're not in a mentally good space to begin with. But something that Il-Chi Lee, the founder of brain education, shares for people who can't feel anything to be grateful for, he says, be grateful that you woke up today because we could have died in our sleep. Anything can happen. We don't know when we will die, and we don't know how we will die, but we could have died in our sleep. But if there's nothing to be grateful for in your life, he says, at least be grateful for another day of life that you have today, because we could have died yesterday. So that's something that I always keep in my mind when I feel like my life sucks and I hate everything and there's nothing to be grateful for, everything's bad, then I at least say, okay, but at least I have another day of life to complain with. But yeah, at least I have another day of life. That's what Il-Chi Lee teaches in brain education.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to address some comments that I see in the chat. So Mohammed says after doing the brain respiration exercises, he feels releasing tension in your stomach also. That's a really good point because your brain and stomach are directly connected. So people, you may know this if you're into like the gut brain health that a lot of people are talking about these days, but science is now finding that your mental condition is directly affected by your gut condition. So if your stomach and your intestines are tight, then your brain is also tight too, and vice versa. So things like anxiety or depression, they're seeing is actually a lot to do with the gut than they thought before. So if you feel releasing tension from your stomach, it means that your brain is releasing the tension, which triggers a domino effect of releasing tension in your stomach too. So that's very good that you can feel that. That means you're very energetically sensitive. So great job. Keep going and you'll release more. Okay, Marco, can we do the shh sound silently like done for the liver key, or should we just breathe out slowly and silently? You can do either. Whatever calls to you is okay. The important thing is your visualization more so than how you breathe, right? So if as long as you visualize breath going into your brain for the purpose of cleaning out the brain, the visualization is more important. That you imagine the air going in, and then you imagine whatever is heavy thoughts, emotions that are stuck inside of your brain, pushing it out through your breath, however you want to breathe out, but just breathe slowly and steadily, not like don't breathe like that, okay? You want to breathe in slowly and steadily, and then out slowly and steadily, whatever sound you make. All right, so Manish, this question actually ties into my comment with Mohammed. If you still do like neck releasing tension and stuff like that, and you feel headache and tension at the backside of your head, please check your gut condition. We have a bunch of exercises on our YouTube channel that help you take care of your gastrointestinal health. So I recommend checking to see if your gut is tense. If you push into your abdomen with your fingers like this, does it hurt when you push in? Does it feel tight when you push in? If it does, that can be a clue as to why you are feeling the headaches, even though you're trying different exercises. Yes. All right, and then everyone else, Courtney, second time I've gotten a message to be grateful today. Thank you so much for joining, Courtney. Courtney's a good friend of ours, so thank you so much. And so is Randy. Randy's a good friend of ours too. Oh, and if you guys are tuning into this live, Courtney and Randy, they actually have a YouTube channel. You can see with their comments on the chat. Breathe Out Chicago by Body and Brain, and then Authentically Anxious by Body and Brain. If you guys like watching YouTube, if you like the contents that are on Brain Education TV, check out their YouTube channels too. Authentically Anxious by Body and Brain. Let me copy and paste this. And then Breathe Out Chicago by Body and Brain. You guys already know that in our 10-minute exercises, we tell you to go to a Body and Brain studio to experience brain education in person. So check out their channel, subscribe to their YouTube channel. They also have content that's related to what we do to help you become healthier too. All right, so subscribe to their channel, okay? They're our good friends.
Yes. So from the tips we shared today, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the self-care tips for mental health? Do you practice any of these already? Do you, like them, or do you have some comments about some of them? And is there anything you'd like for us to elaborate more on? And what was your favorite point from what we shared today? So just basically, what do you think of our live today? We'd love to hear from you.
And if you're interested, we have one-on-one sessions available online. So I know a couple people in here have been commenting about their specific issues. So if you want, we can work with you one-on-one online as a private coaching session. So if you're interested in getting the one-on-one coaching sessions, there is a fee for these sessions because it's like going to see somebody, right? You're having a one-on-one appointment with them, but we're doing it online because we have people from all over the world who are tuning into our channel and following our channel. If you're interested in doing one-on-one sessions with either myself or Gabby, please email us at this email, braineducationtv@gmail.com, with your request and a brief description of what you are going through and what you need help with. And we can connect with you to discuss further about doing sessions online to help you with your unique health condition, physical condition, emotional condition, and mental health condition.
Yes. And as people are typing and sharing, I'd like to share about the super chat one more time. If you tuned in later, didn't hear the beginning. So we have a super chat function on the bottom where you comment. There's a money symbol. So for anyone who donates more than $25 in the super chat, we will schedule a separate 15-minute one-on-one session with you on something specific that you'd like to talk about. But also any amount helps us so much. It supports us and our channel and our content creation. So any amount would be so helpful for us. But so if you donate more than 25, it's a 15-minute session. If you donate $50, you get BTV swag. So a t-shirt of your choosing, either the one Linda's wearing, Take Back Your Brain, or the Love Myself, Heal Myself t-shirt that she's holding up, and stickers, and 15-minute one-on-one. And then if you donate $100, you get BTV swag, t-shirt, stickers, and a 45-minute one-on-one private session with either one of us on something specific that you're going through and you'd be interested in. So if anyone's interested, that is on the bottom of the chat bar, by the chat bar. And I'd also like to mention, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so you get connected with all our videos and all our upcoming content. And click the bell when you subscribe next to it, so you'll get notified for every video that comes up and every video that we schedule. And then also follow us on social media. So we have Facebook and Instagram, and a newsletter on our website. So if you go to braineducationtv.com, you can scroll down and you can put your email, and we send a newsletter every single Sunday. with everything we're doing and our new videos and updates. So that's the perfect place to be connected to us and be in the loop of what we're doing.
Yeah, so any last questions from you guys before we sign out today? You can always also email us as well. If we close this live and you're like, darn, I should have asked them this. I can't believe I didn't remember. Please feel free to email us at the email that we shared in the chat box, braineducationtv@gmail.com. Yeah, if nobody has any extra questions, then we can end our live here today. Thank you all so much for joining. Hopefully the tips that we shared will help you in some way, and maybe you can take bits and pieces of what Gabby and I shared to help improve your mental health. And please tell people around you who are struggling with mental health, physical health, emotional health about Brain Education TV, because we try to make our contents based on brain education, which is a academic study from Korea with mindfulness techniques to help you take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. So if you have benefited from BETV, then please share with other people, because there are so many people out there who need the help, especially now more than ever in regards to mental health.
Yes.
Yes. So in the spirit of Mental Health Month, Mental Health Awareness Month in May, please take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health, talk to people about your mental health, help other people with mental health so that we can all create a better world together.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. It means so much to us that you come to our lives and you watch our content and comment and interact with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time on another live. I'm going live next week with our friend Dave. I think it's next week. Wait, is it in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. This month.
2 weeks?
Or this month.
This month. Okay, so it's not next week. Sorry, I lied. In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks on the 31st with David, who is also our friend and brain education instructor. And we'll be talking about the topic of what is brain education. We talk about brain education a lot on this channel. Our channel is named Brain Education TV for Pete's sake, but you might be wondering, what is it still? What does it encompass? So if you're curious about what brain education is, please join our live in 2 weeks with me and David, our friend from Body and Brain, and also a brain education instructor, to learn more about brain education, what it can do for you, how it's helped people, how it's helped us, everything that you want to know about brain education.
Yes. Great. So thank you so much, everyone. We're going to log off now, but thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.